In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Salesman Performance Report module. First, click on Report, Salesman Reports, and Salesman Performance Report. Here, you will be required to fill in your preferences for the Salesman Performance Report that is going to be generated by the system, such as the date ranges, the item group, the report type, the salesman filter, the salesman, and whether or not the report should hide the cost price, show salesman performance detail, and show their commission. So let's say in my case, I want a salesman performance report for the month of November 2024. I'll go to the date ranges over here, and in the first box, I'll choose 2024, November 1st. And in the second box, I'll fill in 2024, November 30th. For the item group, I'll leave it as all since I want all items to be shown. And for report type, I'll choose by sales amount for now. We'll get to by point later. And as for salesman filter, I'll select by document header. Now you might be wondering what's the difference between the salesman filter of by document header and by document detail. Well, to demonstrate the differences, I'll go to the sales invoice module over here, which you can find at sales and invoice. Here I'll just edit a random invoice. And here is where the selection of by document header and by document detail will take place. Selecting the option of by document header will cause the system to generate a salesman performance report for each salesman that is responsible for a whole invoice sales or cash sales entry, which you can select over here by the salesman field. On the other hand, selecting by document detail will generate a salesman performance report for each salesman that handles each individual item in a single sales invoice, which is set over here by the employee field when you add a new item entry in a sales document. Now, going back, after I've selected my salesman filter, which is by document header in my case, I'll select my salesman. Here you can decide whether or not to generate a salesman performance report for all your salesmen or only select a particular field. If you want to do the latter, you can click on select agent over here and you can select your salesman. For now, I'll click on all and I'll leave these checkboxes as this for now, and after that, I'll click on generate. As you can see, the system will generate for me a salesman performance summary report based on my preferences I've entered just now. In this report, you can see details such as the salesman code and name, the quantity of items sold, the sales amount, tax amount generated, their cost, profit, their margin, group point, and item type point. If you would like to hide the cost of items in the report, you can also take the hide cost price up here and regenerate your report. As you can see, the cost, profit, and margin column will disappear from the report. If you would like to view salesman performance in more detail, you can also go up here and take show salesman performance detail. After that, you can regenerate your report, and the report will include all the sales related documents along with their items and customers. Additionally, if you would like to view the commission of your salesman from their sales, you can also go back up here and check the show commission checkbox. I'll also uncheck the hide cost price box over here, and I'll click on generate. As you can see, the system will now also show the commissions earned by your salesman through their sales. Keep in mind that you can set the commission rates for your items at the maintain stock module, which you can find at stock and maintain stock over here. Moving on, if you would like to download this report, you can click on the download icon over here, and if you would like to print it out, you can click on the print icon over here. Besides that, if you would like to export this report into Excel or PDF files, you can click on the buttons over here. Export Excel data and export to Excel will cause this report to export into an Excel file, while export to PDF will cause the report to export into a PDF file. Now moving on, let's say I selected by point instead of by sales amount for the report type. So I'll select it now, and as you can see, there will be a new field for you to fill in, which is the header type field. You can select from two options, either by group or by item type. Now you might be wondering what these are. Well, just like the commission rates just now, they can also be found at the maintain stock module over here, at the item group and item type tab respectively. Now, when you were adding new item group and item type entries, you may have noticed that there was a point field for you to fill in. Well, this is what affects the salesman performance report if you chose by point. The by group header type will cause the system to generate a report based on item group points, while the by item type header type will cause the system to generate a report based on your item type points. Now going back, let's say I selected by group. Here, I'll click on generate once more. And as you can see, the by point report type is slightly different than the by sales amount report type. Here, instead of showing the quantity and sales amounts, the system will instead show the salesman's group points or item type points accrued throughout the month based on what you selected over here. Going back, by default, the system will group the entries by employee name and their item group name. If you would like to collapse a certain group, you can find the group in this list and click on the arrow, and the group will be collapsed. To expand them, just click on the arrow again. Other than that, if you would like to find a keyword in this report, you can utilize the search bar up here. So let's say I want to search for the keyword 70. The system will then return to me all entries with 70 in any of their columns. Continuing on, if you would like to filter the entries based on column values, you can also go to your selected column header and click on the funnel icon. So let's say I select these three and click on OK. The system will only return to me entries based on my selection. You can also sort the groups by ascending or descending order based on column values by clicking on the respective column header. Finally, if you would like to create a new subgroup, you can also find the column header and drag them up here as well. You can see a new subgroup will be created. And if you would like to remove a subgroup, you can just drag them back down. Moving on, if you want the entries to be more detailed and show the items that were sold, you can go back up here and check Show Salesman Performance Detail. Click on Generate again. And as you can see now, there will be two extra columns, which are the item code and item description, which shows you the items that were involved in the sales. Last but not least, if you would like to export this table into an Excel file, you can click on Export to Excel over here. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.